Hello, my name is Dirk Colbury, and today I'm going to talk to you about how to get started using the HPCC. The first step is to get an account on the HPC. Anyone with an MSU NetID can have an account, but only faculty can request an account. To get an account, go to the HPCC user wiki. Type wiki.hpcc.msu.edu. Click on New User Request on the top bar. You'll need to log in using your MSU NetID and password. This will only work if you're faculty. What we need you to do is provide a brief abstract suitable for publications. Also list the NetID and names of all the people you would like to have an account on the HPC and click Submit. Generally, it takes less than 1 business day to get the accounts. Once you have the account, you'll need to install software on the HPC. There are 3 types of software you most likely want to use. The first one is called an SSH client or a secure shell client. The second thing you'll need is something to copy files. There's a variety of software you can use. And the third thing you may need is an X11 server, which allows you to view graphics that are being produced by the High Performance Computing Center computers on your local computer. There are tutorials available for all the software needed to connect to the HPC. However, the specific software you need will be dependent on the operating system you are using. If you are on a Mac, Secure Shell and Secure Copy are built into the system. You can also map your home directory to your Mac. You'll need to install your X11 client, which is called Xquartz, and there's a video to do that. On Linux, all the software is already provided, so that's pretty easy. On your Windows, we offer 3 options for installing the software. The first option is to install each of the pieces of software individually. PuTTY is a good SSH client, WinSAP is a secure copy client, and Xming is an X11 server for Windows. There's also an option to install MOBA Xterm, which includes all 3 of the software bundled into one program. If you do not want to install software or cannot install software on your Windows machine, we also offer a portable HPC drive that you can come down to the ICER office and pick up, and this has all the software already pre-installed and you can run from the portable drive. There are video tutorials on the wiki that show you how to install and use all of these software. At this point, you need to figure out what software you need to run. Sometimes you may need to install some software. You may need to ask us to install software. You may need to just test out the software you're already familiar with to see how it works on our system. We have a lot of tutorials available on the wiki, and you can always ask us for help. Once you know what you want to do, you need to write a submission script that will tell the computing system what resources you need and what commands to run. A typical submission script looks like this. The top block, the first line, will tell you what shell you're going to run. Almost always ours will say bash. The next set of lines are comments, which means they start with the pound character. These are special types of comments. They actually start with pound PBS. They are commands to our scheduling system to tell the scheduling system what resources you need to run this job and how you want the scheduler to handle this job. Generally, these resources include how much compute time you need to run the job, how much memory you need, and how many nodes you need. There are other commands like PBS-JOE, which join the output and error files. Please see our wiki for a list of all the different possible commands you could use. Below the resource requests are the commands you would want the job to execute. These are what you might type into the command line on a developer node. Once you have a submission script, you need to submit it to the queue using the command called qsub. You type qsub and then the submission script name. This will put your submission script into the queue, and the scheduler will try to find the resources that you requested. Once those resources are available, it will execute the commands that you've listed in your submission script and put your results back into your home directory space when it's done. This tutorial gave you a brief overview of how to get started on the HPC. The first step is to get an account. The second step is to install the software you need to connect to the High Performance Computing Center computers. Then you want to log into one of our dev nodes and establish what commands you want to run, write a submission script, submit a job, and get your results and write your paper. For more information, please use our user wiki and the other videos that are available. If at any point you need help, you can contact us using the contact form, which is available at the top of the main dashboard of the wiki or at the bottom of any wiki page on our system. Just click on the link. You may have to log in. You can type your question here in our comment block and hit submit, and it will add a ticket to our help desk system. Thank you for listening to this tutorial, and welcome to the HPCC.